things that I'm on record talking about over and over and over again is that if your digital transformation regime or even your AI application regime does not, number one, improve your organization's customer experience, number two, improve the operational efficiency within your firm, or help you find growth opportunities, then quite frankly, you're wasting your money. I say this largely because a lot of organizations get so stuck in this cycle where it just becomes an intellectual gaze or an intellectual waste of time, where we're looking at all these cool new technologies that are coming about. There's RPA, there's AI, there's NLP, there's computer vision, and go on to actually go and implement all these technologies without a clear plan or a clear framework as to how exactly will these technologies either improve customer experience or even help them to improve operational efficiency, and at the very least help them find new growth opportunities. What we will be doing over the next couple of months is we will actually be going through what it means to improve customer experience. We'll be going through what it means to improve operational efficiency, and we'll be going through what it means to find new growth opportunities. So brace for it. Over the next few weeks, we will start off by looking at customer experience and looking at a case study of an organization, a real life organization that we've worked with over the last 3 years, and look at how they were able to take their customer experience from an antiquated process to a process that was fully automated and fully AI enabled, and moved from a point where they had a net promoter score of less than 4.5 to 8 in the space of 2 years. We will go on and actually look at the key steps, the strategies, the schemes, and all the different tactics they were able to use throughout the process. But first, before we go into what it means to improve customer experience, it's very important to understand by definition what it means. According to my good friends at McKinsey, customer experience looks at how a customer feels when they are using or utilizing and dealing with your organization across all the key touch points. And the idea and ideology behind that is that there's multiple touch points that a customer will have with you as an organization. These touch points will start from the very first time that they get to know you, get to understand what you're about, all the way to when they purchase your product, and even past that where it becomes a point of after sales. And across all this whole encompassment, customer experience then goes on to aggregate how the customer feels across each of these key points. And once that is computed, that is what gives you customer experience. So by definition, if customer experience means there's an aggregation of how exactly your customers feel about you across all the key touch points, then how do we then further break it down? So we're actually going to look at all the key touch points that we're talking about. Firstly, at the very beginning of these touch points, start the awareness stage. The awareness stage basically means, how do customers get to know about you and your organization? How do you reach these customers? And the messaging that you're reaching these customers by, what does this make the customer feel like? Does it make them feel like wanting to be your customer? Does it make them feel like your product is best suited for their needs? The second stage is the interest and research stage. So one of the key parts that I remember learning about when I was doing my MBA was that when doing sales in any case, there's a framework called the AIDA model. So it starts first with attention, interest, desire, and then action. And the idea was always that once you get the attention of someone or the awareness of someone with the right level of message, the next thing has to be able to give them more information, to be able to exacerbate and increase their level of interest, as well as then now convert them to desire. So the interest and research level is basically where the customer is able to get more information about how exactly this product of yours fits to the current needs that they have. The third stage is consideration, or now in AIDA terms, the desire part. Now the customer has said, you have my attention, I'm interested in the product that you currently have. Now I want to make a decision. Do you make it easy for me to be able to make a decision about your products? Is it easy for me to navigate across all the different options that you have? And am I capable or am I able to actually be able to compare the current offerings you have with that of your competitors with relative ease? The next part is purchase, possibly one of the most important ones. Because what you see with most organizations, and this is actually according to empirical studies that we've done as Xavier Africa, a lot of organizations, they will have these really great social media ads. The social media ads will get people aware and happy about what they're doing. From there, they'll go to the website of this organization and they'll be so excited about the offering that the organization has. And they will actually consider and want to purchase this product. But it's just so difficult to do business with the organization. For example, for some cases, some organizations will have their products on the site, but no one can actually fulfill the order there. Now they have to go to open up their online banking and have to call a teller. And how do you make the purchase decision easy and purchase and sale as easy as possible? The next thing from purchase is, after that, once the customer has purchased, how do you accommodate them and allow them to be able to know exactly what they need to do and how they need to do it? So this especially goes for service businesses, including insurance companies and banks. One of the key things that I always said to banks was, you guys, your products are so complicated. There's so much technical jargon and it's difficult for me to understand what exactly I'm getting from this product. But now, in this particular age in time, a lot of customers will become your customer, but they get so frustrated in them not understanding what their rights and responsibilities are, in them not understanding how exactly your products work, such that although your product might have been really good, you will or might even lose your customer at the onboarding level. Particularly insurance companies and banks, you guys are the most guilty of this one. From there now, once the customer is onboarded, they are your customer. Now they actually have to use the product. They've now purchased maybe a laptop, they've purchased an insurance product, a banking product, a telecom product. Now they actually have to use it. How is the experience of using this product? Is it easy to get help when using this particular product? Is it easy to navigate? Is it easy to use? All these are key considerations that all ultimately contribute to the overall customer experience, So now, as an organization, you've got to ask yourself, the usage of my product, is it easy to use, right? Number one. Number two, is it navigatable in terms of how a customer can be able to learn how to use it? Are these readily available materials? One of the best things I was taught by a mentor of mine was that the best customer to have is a returning customer, a recurring customer, because you don't really have any additional cost of acquiring this customer. And because they've already experienced your product and they know you, they don't have to go through onboarding again, they don't have to go through explainers again, but rather you're able to continuously make more and more money with that relationship. And so it's very critical for an organization to be able to get and retain the customers they currently get. And now, within your organization, you've also got to ask yourself, what strategies do I have in place to make sure that when a customer comes in, they then remain, a customer? One of the key things that I see a lot of organizations doing, which is the worst possible thing, is they trap customers in these legally binding documents and agreements that force people to remain being your customer, although they do not want to remain your customer. And this kind of behavior, I think regulators are starting to crack down on this type of behavior across the world. And so that kind of retention strategy, it doesn't work as much anymore. So customers have got to want your product. Customers have got to want to continue using your product. Now, how can we be able to use AI and digital transformation to be able to get your organization to that stage? The next stage is now renewal. So renewal is specifically huge in the insurance industry, because sometimes what will happen is that because a customer has been forced into a lock-in maybe of 24 months for an insurance product, they will use this product for those 24 months, or they will utilize it, but maybe they will never claim throughout the 24 months. And because they never had to claim throughout the 24 months, one of the key things that they'll say is, why would I need to renew this particular product? So the idea then becomes, within this customer life cycle, how do I get to a point with my customer whereby when it's time to renew, we have been able to create a very clear case that enables this customer to stay as a customer, as well as enables this customer to thrive within the framework. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a cycle. It's a cycle of how you're able to deal with your customers, how you're able to upsell to them, and how you're able to continuously build a customer experience for your organization. What we will be doing in the next couple of weeks, like I said, is we'll be going through a case study of an organization we recently worked with in the insurance industry. We'll call them Gamoso Insurance, like we said earlier on, where we will look at what exactly they were able to build and create using artificial intelligence to make sure that across each of these touch points, the customer is not only happy, but also feels heard and has a personalized service that can help them out. In our next episode, we'll be going on to look at the background of the problems that Gamoso Insurance had at the beginning, and then looking at how exactly they were able to leverage artificial intelligence to be able to optimize their awareness level. Thank you very much, and let's meet again in the same place, same time next week. Thank you.